The stream is live. It's night time at the moment. So we've got to just move some settings a second. There we go. Just want to free up some space in my inventory a second. I can see some comments, but they were from like an hour ago. Welcome to the stream, everybody. My name's Climate of Joe. Welcome to a video. We're live on the Climate of Joe YouTube channel today, so welcome to the stream. You can see it creeps. Ooh. Gotta bring down the light. There we go. Good. I can't run, guys. There we go. We're much better now. So, how is everybody on this stream? There isn't many people on this stream at the moment, but let's put that shovel away. We might as well do some XP hunting first. First things first, might as well do some XP hunting because that's something that we're going to need. It's like hello, Captain Storm. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. How is everybody on this stream today? Welcome. 14 of you now. Bloody hell, it was only 2 just now. Crazy. I'm just waiting. 18 of you. I'm just waiting for these mobs to spawn. I need XP, guys. And lots of it. Cool. Hello. I can't read your name. I do apologise. Hello, Nijam. Ilio, welcome to the stream. Right, let's get... I probably butchered your name. I do apologise. Right, let's quickly get some more XP levels. We're going to wait for this to fill up with spiders a second. We need some XP, guys. I need to repair my own... You call me John? Oh, okay. Welcome, John. Welcome to the stream. Yep. Wait, I'm John. Yeah, but there's a lot more people in the world, FFV, Captain Storm, that are called John. You're not the only person in the world called John. It's kind of like, you know, when you're named by your parents, technically they didn't invent the name. If you get what I mean. Would this be a Spider-Man meme? How would it be a Spider-Man meme? There's nothing's been mentioned about Spider-Man. Actually, who's more popular, Spider-Man or Batman? I'd say Batman, but, you know, Spider-Man was... Honestly, the most popular... Spider-Man is ironically the most popular Marvel character. You wouldn't think that with all the Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff, but Spider-Man technically is the most popular... is Marvel's most popular character. Right. Right. Let's get as many carrot XPs as we can. Bits of XP. Right. Okay. I do want to have... Well, what category? Like, OB... I'm a pro at Minecraft. Cool. I am not a pro at Minecraft. I can build stuff. But the reason there wasn't those Super Boris Wardemire was because that crossplay as a concept didn't exist. All the operating systems used different frequencies at the time, which obviously was the reason we didn't have crossplay. But Legacy Console Edition as crossplay would have been unimaginable. It would have been so good. Why does the number of sub look like... It's because it's zoomed in, Captain Storm. It's zoomed in because I had a problem. I had a problem the other day where the screen went wrong. So it's cropped the bottom off. It's cropped the bottom of the comma off. I tried to fix it, but I couldn't fix it, so I just zoomed the numbers in. Basically, what had happened is it's cut off. It's cut off the bottom and made it half the screen appear at the top. So to fix it, I've just zoomed it. I've just zoomed it in. Joe has 8 subs. Yeah, I have 8,000. You just can't see the comma. The comma's been cropped out. Literally, if I was to move it up, you wouldn't see anything because it's decided to crop it out. Make it smaller. You can't make it smaller. If you make it smaller, it'll just do this. Look. You make it smaller, right, hold on. You make it smaller, and it just does that. It won't zoom, it won't crop out any further, it won't move for any further. So, it was better to just do that, because it wouldn't crop out any further. Goodbye. Thank you for watching the live stream. That's really kind of you, and have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching the stream. Because we've got a crafting table here a sec, let's turn these snowballs into snow blocks. Then that frees up a tad of space on us. We actually have some lapis on us, which I don't know why we have lapis. I think it's because when I enchanted the other day. Hello, Said Mohammed Al-Sawi. Welcome to this stream. Right, the lapis, doing that to the lapis has made that. Welcome to the stream. What we're going to do, guys, is try and see if we can get more XP levels across from here. I've picked up an extra 41 spider eyes. We now have 45. We got 4 from that one spider, which is just crazy, really. Just want to quickly look at some football scores a second. Hello, Minecraft. Yes, Minecraft. I just want to look at the football scores a minute. Basically, whoever wins out of Hull and Middlesbrough wins the playoff final, and they will be in the Premier League next season. So the next, we will find out who the last team to get promoted is today. You also made a Cuphead boss stage in Minecraft. Cool. My controller is broken. Hi, hello. Hello. Ooh. Hello, Shadow Cat. Welcome to the stream. If you just joined, everybody, we're just trying to get some XP levels from the spider spawner. So we've picked up a lot of string and spider eyes at the moment. Oh, bloody hell. At the moment, we've got 42 string. From this, just want to eat some food. Just want to eat some food a second. From this, we've got 42 string. As in water drop. Well, the water drops it. The water drops it into these hoppers, but sometimes we pick some of it up. I do apologise, guys. My sword isn't work. My controller isn't working, so when I'm trying to hit mobs, it's not actually hitting them at the moment. What's so weird? My control. I think this controller's bust. We're not seem to be picking up any string at all at the moment. Well, if it was a 1930 show, I've already subscribed. Your video is great. Oh, thank you so much. That's really kind of you. We're aiming to hit 8,300 subscribers, guys, by the end of the month. As it stands at the moment, we're about 17 away, which is amazing. So potentially, we could do it today. Potentially. Long time no see. Hello, that's how to live. Welcome to the stream. Just want to see if there's any XP, because sometimes XP gets stuck. Welcome back. 1930 art stuff. Yeah, if it was a 1930, if it was 1933, if it was 1930s, if it was 1930s though, it wouldn't have had sound, because in 1930s animation didn't really have sound, because sound was only beginning to be used back then. I haven't been here since like December. It's alright, welcome back. At the moment we're trying to get some XP levels because I need some. I don't know if we had built this in December, but where my room, where my ice track towards my minigame area is, I found a mob spawner just off it. So we've basically put a stop here on the track so that you can head up to here and fight some mobs. Which we put some hoppers here, which the hoppers went to a chest right here. The hoppers went to a chest right here, but now if we go this way, it takes the stuff goes all the way home, which is a brilliant idea. Me subscribe, your videos are good. Oh, thank you so much. The villager breeding thing. Yes, we never did that. We never did that because we could not work out how to do it. So we are still trying to work out how to breed those Minecraft villages. But it's one of those. Yeah, we struggled at trying to do that. We spent a whole stream trying to do that. We got 23 XP levels. Let's put all this shit in here. Oh, not my pickaxe. The arrows will keep. Hello, Alison. Welcome to the stream. Guys, I'm going to show you what we do. If we head this way, literally, we don't have to go that far. We only have to go until the end of this tunnel here, which the tunnel end is coming up. Me English no good. That's alright. So, gonna go this way. And then we're gonna go up to here. We're then gonna run to over here. Then we're gonna go. Yeah, I've played this world for This world I've played for a long time. I've played this world for years. So look, guys. This chest, it's everything that we got is going in. So Armenian mentioned in the Armenian chat. Yeah, well, the Armenian guy has disappeared ever since he started having a go at me and told me to leave the Discord server. So I jokingly booted him out as a joke, and basically he couldn't take a joke, which is kind of funny, really. The Armenian guy, I don't think he realizes what he says. I don't think he realizes what he says sometimes. So he said the N-word in there, thinking he said the N-word in there and tried to justify it that he didn't say it in a bad way. But you know, it's still, you still shouldn't say it. But yeah, to answer your question, and that's how to live. Yes, I'm still using this world. I've been using this world since. I've been using this world since 2016. Oh, that's the reason we couldn't move, because I inadvertently did that. Yeah. I mean, 30 years ago, yeah. 30 years ago, yeah, you could use it in a chill way. But not now. But what I found more disgusting about that, really, was the fact that he tried to justify it. But I will say, though, the Armenian person that Captain Storm was on about, I don't think he actually really knows what's right and what's wrong and what's like socially acceptable. Yo, I'm back from last time. Can you come Java, please? I can't, because I'm playing Legacy Console Edition. This is the version that I play. I'm afraid. Hello, Skatepunk. Welcome to the stream. How are you? I'm really good. How are you? Yeah. But the thing is, people hate what they don't understand. And that's the problem. People hate what they don't understand. Just had breakfast. Cool. I'm considering what I'm going to have for tea. Dinner. I probably will eat dinner a little later, guys. Scrambled eggs, bacon, and avocados. Cool. I apologise if I'm gonna probably, this stream's gonna be slightly slower today, guys, because the UK is in the middle of a heat wave, so I don't want to absolutely get. I don't want to. I'm keeping an eye on my room. I don't want it to be warm. The name me channel is Shadowcat. I know. I read your name. It's kind of like a heat wave, guys. So the UK is quite warmer now. So I'm keeping an eye, guys, because I might have to get this tower fan on later. It's like 25 degrees right now. I'm from the Netherlands, so we can meet. Yeah, the UK's completely different country. I'm burning right now. Well, I was burning, so I jumped in the cold. I jumped in the cold hot tub for a bit. It was so freezing. I think my cock fell off. I'm joking. Honestly, 22 degrees, 30 by US. 30 degrees Celsius. Well, yeah, it's probably it's probably like 30 degrees. It's 30 degrees in the UK, pretty much. So a 22 degree hot tub felt freezing cold. Yeah, that's what you meant. When you said by us, I thought you might have been saying something like the US or something. Because you've got the word us, and then the United States tend to call themselves us as well. Oh, it is quite warm, guys. Like, I don't want it to get too warm, though. I like it when it's warm, but not too warm. The big your world. My world is big. Yes, it is. It's huge. It's 9 Celsius. 9 Celsius. Bloody hell, that's freezing. Well, it's mild. 9 Celsius is alright. I mean, it's coldish. Not too cold, but coldish. Goodbye. Goodbye, Shadowcat. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, guys. We're aiming to 8,300 subscribers. Hello, Egg. Welcome to the stream. Guys, I'm just going to check the football results as well. Just going to check the football results. Basically, in English... Oh, shit the bed. Wait, you're at 8k now. Yeah, when you would have last watched the channel back in December, we were aiming to hit 8k. We were aiming to hit 8k by my 23rd birthday at the end of December, but we didn't do it. We hit it a couple of months later. Hello, Nat Scotty. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, when you were in the stream... Yeah, when you were last in the stream, How to Live... Yeah, we were aiming to hit 8,000 subscribers by my 23rd birthday, but unfortunately, we were unable to do it. We were unable to do it. Cool. Hello, 64 Studios. So Copper Golem. Interesting name. Why the number 64? Out of curiosity. Is it like your favourite number? Oh. Why not 64? Yeah, just out of curiosity. You can just call me Mason if you want instead of How to Live. Even though I don't care. That's alright. Yeah, when you were last in the stream, it probably I was at 7,000. We were about 7,600, 500. We were aiming to hit 8k. We were aiming to hit 8k by the end of December, but we were a little bit unable to. We were just unable to, but we hit it. We hit it in February. Joe is 24. No, I'm not 24. I'm 23. I'm not 24 for another. I'm not 24 for another 7 months. So I'm 23 years, 4 months. You're 11. Jesus Christ. You probably shouldn't even be on YouTube if you're 11, to be honest. Jesus, that means you're only a year older than this Minecraft world. You're only a year older than this Minecraft world, which is kind of scary. This morning, my neighbour gave me a piece of wood where a lightning bolt struck through it. Actually, 64 years, that's not actually a thing. No. Yeah. They branch it. That is true. I've got to be honest. I have seen a lightning strike. I mean, everyone's seen a lightning strike, but I saw one literally where the lightning struck straight outside my window. No, what? Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, 64 years. If someone says that they're like, 14 or something like that, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing, because there's trillions of there's millions of there's tens of millions of other people that are exactly the same age. Someone saying their age is not like a bad thing. Someone saying, you know, they're 13, 14 on the stream isn't actually a bad thing. Because there's a million of there's tens of millions of other people. Joe, you're on my TV. I'm on your TV. Cool. But yeah, if there's a million other people, so if someone says it's their birthday and they've just turned, I don't know, however old they are on the stream, like, you can't stop them. Technically. That's alright. But also as well, you know, it's not a thing that you need to worry about, guys. Because technically it's public record. Yeah, if they're teenagers, it's cool when they are annoying. Well, you know what? You have children that watch YouTube and they can not be annoying. But you also have teenagers that watch the streams that will be annoying. Like, just because it says teenagers doesn't mean you're mature. You mature, you're classed as mature when you're 16. You're 16, 18. That's basically when you're physically... Like, in the UK, for example, at 18 years old, you can technically run for British Prime Minister. No, it's not actually young. They're an adult. I don't understand why some countries say 40. I'm like, 40. If you're 40, that's middle-aged. I mean, like, the UK's youngest Prime Minister was 24. The UK's youngest Prime Minister was... The UK... On election, on the UK's youngest Prime Minister was literally 24. Hello, Samuel. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, literally, the youngest British Prime Minister was 24 years old. He became Prime Minister in 1783. 18 is when you become an adult. Yeah. So technically, you can run. You can vote in a British election at 18, but you can also run. So. Yeah, the position of British Prime Minister you could technically run for at 18. Yeah, the youngest British Prime Minister was 24. Which... The youngest British Prime Minister of the last 200 years was Legacy Console Edition. It's not Bedrock nor Jada. Have a good rest of your day, and GGG Glitch. Bye, Joe. Goodbye, Captain Storm. Yeah, no, it's not 21. That's not when you become an adult. That's not in America. You become an adult at 18 in America, like you do in the UK, but that's just their alcohol law. 21 is for drinking. That buy, not buy. I didn't get tricked. I knew you were trying to say buy. I just thought you were dyslexic or something. Yeah, you don't become an adult at 21 in the United States. That's just like their alcohol law, which... kind of odd. I don't understand why the rest of the world is 18 and America's 21. I mean, there is some countries that's, you know, it's just not legal. American history is interesting. My bad, I'm autistic. That's all right. So let me think of a good example for that. It's like America do some daft shit. America, in trying to modernize in the 1920s, decided to ban alcohol, which that's similar to Russia. Wood or diamonds? Ooh. Wood, because you can find diamonds on other planets, but we're the only known planet that's we found trees. George Washington. George Washington's an interesting one. You know, had he been offered a British general, had he been offered a British commission, he'd have fought on the side of the British. But it just happened to be, because he was born in the colonies, he couldn't become... Because George Washington was born in the colonies, he couldn't get a British commission, and he couldn't go higher in the British Army. So he joined the Patriot cause. Really interesting history. George was our savior. Well, technically, he was on. Technically, he was one of those that he could have picked either side, which is really interesting. I wouldn't say he was America's savior, though. I think there's a lot of other people. It's kind of like you know, George Washington, you know, was the army, but you had other people around, like the Adams, the Franklins, the Jeffersons, that were more focused more on the political side. I think it is interesting. Maybe egg. What was I saying? Sorry. Yeah, America banning alcohol is kind of like Russia. They banned beards at one point, thinking that would modernize. Why did America ban alcohol? America banned alcohol, thinking it would reduce crime, solve societal issues like and poverty, and improve worker productivity. It's kind of Russia. The Russian Empire did generally ban beards. What are we doing today? I don't know. Building, probably. Russia, yeah. In the Russian Empire, they did generally ban beards. I'm watching a show called The Rise and Fall of Atari. Yeah, Atari. I mean, the Atari. I mean, you had the Nintendo Sega war was mad. You didn't say hi to me. I didn't see you. I didn't see your comment. I only saw the back end of your comment because it disappeared too quickly. But hello, welcome to the stream. Are you okay? I am fine. I am right as rain. I mean, putting the cat between anyone is good. Well, it's not really good because not every 18-year-old's a criminal. And it's not just 18-year-olds, Captain Storm, that drink when drive. You know, drinking when driving, like that. It's a lot of older people that tend to do that. A lot of older people do it because back when they were young, there was no such thing as drink driving, which is kind of ridiculous. There's There was a gentleman. There's a clip on YouTube of a guy from the 1960s, and he's British. What happened if my sister comes in crying? What would you do? It depends what they were crying about. If it was something about they're scared of the hairdryer or something, I'd probably just say something like, "Well, grow up." But if they're crying over something actually reasonable, like, you know, then you do something. But sometimes people cry over shit that they shouldn't cry at. Like, it depends. It depends what it is. Like, yeah, but back in the 90s, yeah. So yeah, based on what you just said, Skatepunk, there was a clip of a gentleman from the 1960s, the day before they brought in drink driving, and this guy, they breathalyzed him, and he was like 4 times over the limit, and he said something about in the late 60s, that's when they brought out breathalyzing in the UK. So they brought this guy was interviewed and he was 4 times over the limit, but it wasn't a criminal case until the next day. So the guy said, well, he goes, it's a load of this guy goes, it's a load of shit. And the police officer said to him, well, tomorrow you'd be charged. And he said, well, what if a drunk guy on the road, you could cause an accident? And the guy that's absolutely drunk goes, but what happens if a cyclist? What happens if a drunk guy on the road, on the path, on the pavements, you know, goes into the road? You know, they can cause an accident, and it's really interesting. Water drop. Like, oh yeah, are you talking about the waterfall there? Oh. How is everybody? Oh. Joe, have you noticed your stream's getting a lot more traction? I think it's because it's getting into summer with more people are watching. I gotta be honest though. For some of from the early points of this year, when the streams have been quieter, I've probably been a lot more tired. Can I sing the United States anthem? I cannot. Why do Americans finish school in May? Can I just ask, why do Americans finish school in May? Like, you start in September and you finish in May. You hardly do any school. But the UK schools teach for another 2 months. I want to know that. Why do American schools like finish in May? It's crazy. It's crazy to me. I guarantee most Midwestern states finish in June. Honestly, I guarantee if you were to go into school, if Americans were to extend the school year till July, you'd probably finish school 2 years earlier, like the UK do. In the UK, school lasts from September to early July. Joe, I like the guards. I know, you've told me that a million times. Literally, yeah, in the UK, you would finish school in July. You would finish school in mid-July. But then you would finish school when you were 16. But I guarantee, if you were to add up all those extra months that the the all those extra months that the UK do, I guarantee. Hold on, 2 times. Two times 12. The UK does an extra 24. No, hold on. So 2. And then what's a year? Could I sing Jingle Bells? Not actually. It's actually bad luck to sing It's actually bad luck to sing Christmas songs in a period that's not Christmas. 12 times 2 is 25. No, it's 24. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120, 132, 144. I don't. But I also know what you're trying to get us to say. If it's bad luck, I'm done for. No, I'm joking. It's just a saying. It's just a saying in the UK that it's bad luck. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like when they say, you know, it's 7 years bad luck if you crack a mirror, or you know, it's bad luck if you open up an umbrella and doors. Like, it's a load of shit, really. So it's all superstitions, and there's a reason for the superstitions. There's a reason for the superstitions, and that's because humans have no natural predators. You know, when they say go to sleep, or you know, don't let the bed bugs bite, you know, step on a crack, and you know, beware of the Sandman. All those like bedtime stories, like beware of the Sandman, beware, you know, don't let the bed bugs bite. It's because humans have no natural predator. Humans have no natural predator, so it's also a way of basically making children fear. It's a way of basically making children. It's a way of making children. It's a way of making children not arrogant. Because imagine if it's kind of like imagine how you would feel if there's no predators. You'd be careless. Sorry, my controller's being shit. I'm having to use my old Pro controller from the Switch, and it's not. And basically, when you click to break something, it doesn't work. Right, I'm going to hop to the nearest bed, which is over here. If I was George Washington, what would I do? Change sides. I don't know. Can't. That's a really odd question to ask. I don't think anyone knows how to respond to that. Change sides. Think how much better the world would be. Yeah. Hello, RT Lego. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Sorry, I'm just gonna keep checking the football results. Basically, in the English football league, 3 teams get promoted to the English Premier League. 3 teams get promoted to the English Premier League every season. 2 go up automatically for finishing first and second. Then everybody from 3rd to 6th battles in a playoff competition. And then they have a final to show which one. So I'm just having a quick look. They're exactly the same thing of 64 Studios. If anything, America should change it from soccer to football. Like, I think the current US president said that about why does America call it soccer when every other country calls it football. Quit the game. Okay. I'm joking. I'm not quitting the game. Soccer and football, guys, are exactly the same thing. It's just America calls it soccer for some reason. Go play FC. I could play FIFA, but nah. Although I have got a FIFA save at the moment. I was trying to rebuild Everton to win the Prem, but I can't seem to. I've turned them into a team. Do you remember me? Of course I remember you. What's your favourite American football team? I don't fucking know. What American football is not aired in the UK. Well, it is. The Super Bowl's aired, but I don't have a favourite because I don't really watch or care about the sport. Are you sure you remember him? 100% because I can remember the name. Yeah, of course I do. Who are you again? Yeah, I like that. The green. I have heard of them, but yeah, it's not aired in the UK. You're a very cynical person, Captain Storm. You're very cynical. Yeah, he totally doesn't remember you. Of course I remember you. Of course I do. I remember you. I remember you commenting that before 3MKKK. Okay. It just seems to be every time you turn up, it seems to be there's an extra K on your name. It was 4, now it looks about 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's 6. Yeah, but that's what I meant. I'm talking when I say football, Copper Golem, I'm talking about genuine football, like British football, because British football is the best league in the world. The English Premier League is the best. Do I remember why the Fourth Doctor loved to share jelly babies? Of course I do, because I was the one that said this. It wasn't actually meant to happen. It just happened to be that the Fourth Doctor wanted to share had some jelly babies in his pocket. Do you remember me, Joe? Oh, it could be worse. It could be worse. The Armenian guy who wrote to Joe. I can't remember you. Can you write your name again? He just put Joe. Oh, I don't know. Hi, I don't know how to spell your name, but I've just spelt it to ask you to spell it. Me and Shino in Decepted's Discord server were pissing ourselves. We were pissing ourselves in the VC. Oh, I don't know how to spell your name, but I've just spelt it out to ask you. I don't, because I don't. In Decepted server, he was rampant. I don't miss him. Because in Decepted server, he was like, he was nuts. In Decepted's Discord server, he literally went apeshit. In Decepted's Discord server, he went absolutely apeshit, and he basically started. He started ripping into other people in there for their ethnicity, if they were a different religion, and so basically he started getting cocky with me, so I booted him out. And in Deceptor's Discord server, he's not there anymore, and it's so peaceful in there. It's amazing. But yeah, he basically told anybody that believes something different to him that they were crazy and being brainwashed by demons. Demon everything. Oh yeah, he put demon fuck me, Satan fuck me at one point. I thought, what the fuck's he on about? Where's this coming from? Like, it was crazy. He went apeshit. I just wanted to see if we had some birch wood over here, which unfortunately we do not. We have some iron though, but I don't want iron. I want birch. I respect him to being shitty to you. Why? That guy's messed up in the mind. I think he has something like I think he has something like I think he has something like schizophrenia, like 100%. Because some of the things he would say, it was like no normal person would turn around and randomly tell you to go kill yourself and then try to be friends with you 2 seconds later. He randomly told me to go kill myself, and when I told him fuck you, he responded with, I thought we were friends. I'm like, you've literally just told me to go kill myself, so to him telling someone to go kill themselves is worse than somebody saying fuck you, which I know which one. I think everyone else know which one's worse. Like, if you can't understand what someone's saying, you can't do that, can you? You can't turn around and go and tell someone to kill themselves because they can't understand your language. No, that's why we were joking he's dead, because we booted him out. He hasn't rejoined. So because I booted him out, he hasn't rejoined. So me and Deceptive were joking about how quiet it is. Which, it should be louder next week because Deceptive will be back. Deceptive's Discord server should be much louder next week because Deceptive will be back from America. Oh. Do you mean where's the Deceptive files? Oh, the Deceptive. Believe me, the Deceptive files are everywhere. Like, we really know about everyone knows about the Deceptive files. Nah, you're trying to say Deceptive's an agent. You think Deceptive's a spy? I mean, if he was, you'd be the first on the list, Captain Storm. Oh. Oh, I need some space. Oh, I do apologise. That just that's a crazy statement. Oh. I do want to quickly grab some birch wood, but I just can't quite find some. But I'm going to worry about that little bit in a sec. I want to actually pop into here and grab some more food. He has... No one... In fact, we actually called a Discord VC. I called a Discord VC. I called a Discord VC in Deceptor's Discord server, Arson's Island, and we kept putting him in there. Every time he was rambling, he's joining and just saying, he would join, and he would go, he would do all these random noises like he was being possessed, which he wasn't being possessed, because I don't think that's possible. And he was doing all these noises, and it's like, I generally think that he was putting it on. And he's doing all these noises, and at one point it sounded like he was about to be sick, so we put him into this VC, and then he could not, he must have been in there for like an hour. Yeah, he was trying to be Deceptive's pet. Woof woof, grab a bone. Anyway. That's a crazy statement. That was a crazy statement. That's the craziest statement I've read on stream today. Oh. Oh, I think the temperatures dropped a little bit. That's nice. Who's winning out of Middlesbrough Hull? I really want Middlesbrough personally, because Middlesbrough haven't been in the Premier League in 20 years. Basically, guys, in the EPL, the English Premier League, the three worst teams. Oh, pardon me. I might have to go and get some food in a second, guys, because it's almost 5 o'clock. I hardly got any sleep last night, guys, so I do apologise for sounding tired. Basically, we had lovely, lovely warm weather. We had really nice warm weather. It was so warm last night that I hardly slept because my bedroom turned into like a sweat bucket. Basically, the sun had been beaming through the window all day, and it turned the room into a furnace. It was absolutely horrible. I just grabbed a coffee then. Cool. Hello, Watcher53. Welcome to the stream. What's happening? Nothing, to be honest. I was thinking about building something, so we've just we've got some birch wood on us at the moment because I just repaired a house over here. We have a little this house over here. This house here, we basically, I noticed that we had 3 windows here, but we had a birch. We had 3 windows here, but a birch plank here. So I basically put a birch plank in here and then broke the window. Yeah, I do. This is why I sound tired, guys. It's because we've got a bit of a heat wave in the UK right now, and it's so warm that basically I hardly slept last night because basically even at 1 o'clock this morning it was still 18 degrees. That just saying. The way you've, I should be. I think I'm creeped out by 64 Studios' comments. Damn, a heat wave. But yeah, the UK's having a heat wave. So last night it was 18 degrees at 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, Decepted wouldn't. The heat wave. Decepted wouldn't say anything about heat wave because he's currently in North America. Decepted has been in North America for the last 2 weeks, so no, not the heat wave. Yeah, yeah, Decepted is not here, guys, which is why I've streamed later, because he hasn't been on the VC, because basically our timelines don't line up at the moment, because Decepted has been in Decepted was in the United States for a week and a half, so 18 degrees or 18? 18. Well, we're talking about different degrees, sir, Copper. 64 degrees is nothing. 64 degrees in the United States is nothing. That's 17 degrees. 64 degrees is nothing. I'm talking Celsius here. 64 degrees is like 17. 64 degrees is 17 Celsius. 17 Celsius is is slightly less than 18 Celsius. So yeah, what your temperature is right now is what it was for me at 1 o'clock this morning. Yeah, America's pretty much the only country in the world that still uses Fahrenheit. The UK, I think the UK invented Fahrenheit. Did the UK invent? Yeah, Fahrenheit was used in the Dutch Republic, and Fahrenheit was used all the way through the British Empire, which is why America use it, but the UK switched to Celsius in the 1960s. Fahrenheit is still used in cooking, and mainly by the older generation. Yeah, Britain used Fahrenheit for centuries. If they switched to Celsius, then called centigrade in the 1960s, And weather reports in the UK completely dropped Fahrenheit in 1970. Wait, US independence was 1776, but Fahrenheit was used by the British Empire into the 1770s, which is why the British used it, which is why America used it. Well, the UK uses two types of measurements. We still use feet and inches, despite the fact we also use centimetres as well. I mean, if you buy a weighing scales, you know a weighing scales, guys, when you weigh how much you are. Weighing scales in the UK have 3 different measurements on it. Weighing scales, guys, you have in the UK have 3 different measurements on it. You can press a button and decide which one you want, and you can alternate between them. So they use weighing scales in the UK have stone, kg, and pounds. So yeah, using a lot of measurements. Well, units, I mean, units. Oh. Ooh, Middlesbrough Hull at the moment is still 0-0. The US is a good or bad? Is good guy or bad? What? Yeah, I find that interesting. Independence is 1776, but it technically wasn't. It technically wasn't until 1783. American independence technically was 1776 on paper, but officially it's not recognized until it's not recognized by the British until 1783. Because the British at the time, up until this point, up until 1783, when the peace deal was signed, the British still saw the new United States as basically a rogue state. It's a really interesting history. So technically, the British did not recognise the independence. Nowadays, it probably wouldn't be recognised. If it happened nowadays, it probably wouldn't be recognised because only one country at the time, which was France, recognised it. So nowadays, it probably wouldn't be recognised. If you get what I mean, I think nowadays, I think you need more. How many countries do you need to be recognised? Oh, there's no specific number. Interesting. I don't know. Because officially in 1776, the only country that recognised independence was France, but France was always going to recognise it. Which, ironically, France is an very interesting country, really. France recognised American independence because they hated Britain. Yeah, this year's America's 250th birthday. I think I'm going to be honest here. I think America's the only country that celebrates a birthday for its country. Imagine if we did that with Great Britain. It would be the... If we did that for England, it would be the, I don't know, the 1200th birthday. Hold on, let's have a look. How old is England? America's the only country that does that. How old is England? Because England was once set... The Kingdom of England was established by King Ethelstan. The Kingdom of England was established in 927. So it's 1000. The Kingdom of England was established in 927 by King Ethelstan, when he united all the Anglo-Saxon and Viking kingdoms into one country, England. Scotland and Wales were separate countries at this point. So England is 1099 years old. After the Roman Empire broke. Well, no, before then, the Roman Empire broke. The Roman Empire broke in 300 AD, but they'd long abandoned Britain by that point. The Roman Empire collapsed years after the abandonment of Britain. Britain got abandoned. Britain wasn't abandoned, but the Rome pulled all the troops out. Here. How long after Rome abandoned Britain? Let's find out. I can't spell, guys. Okay, the upsurfer Constantine III stripped Britain of its remaining military forces to fight for the imperial throne in Gaul. In 410, Emperor Honorius rejected the Britons' plea for help, leaving them to defend themselves. Sub-British Roman culture continued. But then the Anglo-Saxons and stuff came in. Traditional Roman, by the 6th century, by AD 500, Roman sort of administration had ended, and Anglo-Saxon kingdoms began to take place all across the kingdom. Yeah, the Roman Empire 1300. Well, yeah. Well, no, you're talking about the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms there. So Mercia, Wessex, Northumberland. Which, ironically, Mercia, Wessex are still technically counties. Mercia is still a county to this day. But yeah, I think America is the only country, Skatepunk, to celebrate a birthday. Imagine if Britain did that. To be honest, we should celebrate our 1,600th year after independence from Rome. It's interesting. Well, no. Well, mostly because half the countries that celebrate a 4th of July equivalent got independence in Britain. But no, like, the only thing equivalent... Actually, the only thing equivalent really is... The only thing equivalent really is November 5th, which November 5th is on a completely different thing. The UK celebrate November 5th, guys. Remember the 5th of November. That's the song. Yeah, the only equivalent the UK would have to that is like November 5th. November 5th, guys. So I shall do this. Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder treason and plots. I see no reason why gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Guy Fawkes, 'twas his intent to blow up the king and the parliament. 70 barrels of powder below, poor old England to overthrow. By God's providence, he was catched with a dark lantern and a burning match. Holla boys, let the bells ring. Holla boys, God save the king. And that's the whole thing. November 5th is celebrated because Guy Fawkes tried to kill the British monarch in 1605. And he had barrels of TNT waiting, and he was caught with a match. So he was caught with a match and arrested and executed before he could try and blow up the Houses of Parliament. So where the British Parliament now talks, where you see the British Prime Minister, when you see where you see the British Prime Minister do his speeches and talk to other members of the government at the Houses of Parliament. The Houses of Parliament should have been blown up. Should have been blown up in 1605 by a guy called Guy Fawkes, who wanted to kill the British monarch. But unfortunately, he was caught beforehand. The House of Commoners. No, the Houses of Parliament. The House of Commons isn't actually the name. It's the Houses of Parliament. You're talking about the House of Commons is just the room. The House of Lords and the House of Commons is just the name of the room, which is why they call it the Commons. But yeah, the House of Commons, it's not the House of Commoners, it's the House of Commons. But it's actually called the Houses of Parliament. Bro, I slept till 10:30. I gotta be honest, Pixar King, I hardly got any sleep at all, so fair play. It could be worse. I didn't get up till 1 o'clock the other day, in the afternoon. So yeah, the UK does have a sort of equivalent to July 4th, but it's November 5th. Except it's not about independence, it's about the king surviving. I'm just mad about that because now my sleep schedule is going to be messed up. Not really though, it's not really. 10:30 isn't bad. 10:30 isn't bad. Just because you've done it once doesn't mean you're going to do it all the time. Sometimes you can just be really tired. When I was in college, I went... Hello, the young organist, what I'm to do. PM. I woke up at 1 PM the other day. I'd had a massive headache the night... I'd had a massive headache the night before. And I'd fallen asleep fully in my clothes for like 2 hours. For like 3 hours. So I woke up at 10 o'clock. But then I couldn't sleep because I'd fallen asleep for 3 hours. So I ended up not waking up till 1 o'clock the next day. because I couldn't sleep because I was wide awake but my head was better. But yeah, I fell asleep for like 3 hours in my clothes. Yeah. That's not good. It's not good to be always tired though. It could be worse. I'm probably not going to get much sleep tonight. Because of the weather. It's currently a bit of a heat wave in the UK, so it's meant to be like 30 degrees. It's meant to be like 30 degrees for the next 5 days. Goodbye, Captain Storm. Thank you for watching the live stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Can't wait to move. Oh, you're moving. Cool. Wow, what was I saying? Yeah, 30 degrees, guys. I know. Bye, dude. What? Bye what? As in actual bye or goodbye? My sister is so damn annoying. It could be worse. My sister watched her TV until 3 in the morning the other day, and loud, so I could hear this YouTuber talking at 3 in the morning. And part of me was like, fucking shut up in a minute, I'm going to put my foot through it. But no, I can't put my foot through a TV. Well, I'd have to grow about 8 inches and then put my foot through it, because I put the TV really high on the wall. Oh, God. That's what you said, Captain Storm. You said you didn't say goodbye as in bye when you're saying goodbye to someone. You put buy as in buy something, go to the shop, spend money. Yeah, it's like 30 degrees, guys, for the next 5 days. It's nice, but it's too warm in some parts. In some spots, it can be too warm. Whew. Well, you said bye. Because that's what you said. That's cold. Celsius. Copper, Celsius, not Fahrenheit. 30 degrees Fahrenheit is like 90 degrees. 30 degrees Celsius is like 90 Fahrenheit. Goodbye, Dr. FFFU. Have a good rest of your day. Oh, I said FFFU then instead of Storm. Um. 86 Fahrenheit. That's what 30 degrees Celsius is. So I'm not talking about 30 Fahrenheit, I'm talking about 30 Celsius. So it's 86 Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's still warm though. Especially when it's still warm, especially when it was like 18 degrees last week. 30 degrees is nice. But we're talking about a different type of heat though. UK has very odd summer. The UK has very odd summers. The UK has very sticky hot weather. So that's if 86 is not bad for you, that's probably more of a dry hot where it's just warm. Whereas the UK has hot weather that's fused with moisture, so it becomes sticky hot weather is where high temperatures combine with high humidity, meaning the air is saturated with moisture. It prevents sweat from evaporating properly, so it basically traps heat on your skin. That's the type of weather the UK has in summer times. So basically, like, heat's trapped to your skin because sweat can't evaporate properly. That's the type of weather the UK is. Sticky hot. Yeah, so basically dry hot and sticky hot. So Europe has dry hot, which means it's just warm. It's just hot and warm. But the UK has something that we call it sticky hot, which means that because of the humidity, it means that sweat doesn't evaporate properly. So basically the heat is trapped to you. So we had it a few years ago when it was 105 Fahrenheit. So 40 degrees. It was so hot that basically even walking outside, it was so hot that walking out onto I don't know, pavement slabs, you'd call them sidewalks because America's weird. Pavement slabs, even walking on a pavement slab without any shoes on was literally melting your feet. Well, not melting your feet, but like they burnt. I stepped out into the ice cold. I stepped out into the ice cold hot tub last year, and my feet I was literally hopping because the pavement slabs was so warm. It literally burnt your feet. It was that hot. Yeah, 30 degrees is all right if it's like a dry hot, but if it's like if it's a sticky hot, then it's horrible. Imagine having weather it's so warm that basically your clothes are sticking to your back. Imagine weather that's so warm and basically your clothes are stuck to your back because the sweat is like permanently stuck to you. That's the type of weather I'm talking about. So my parents used to have a leather sofa so on one warm summer's day, it was so warm I got stuck to the leather sofa because it was that warm. And it was that warm and that humid that I got stuck to the leather sofa because my back was so, because it was so warm, I got stuck to the sofa. I think Hull Middlesbrough in the playoff final is going to extra time and potentially penalties because there's 5 minutes of normal time to play, and it's 0-0. Sticky hot. Yeah, we're not very good at naming things in the UK. We just name it literally. I do have a realm for my subscribers. It's just for channel members though. I do have one for subscribers. It's just for channel members though, for people that have become channel members. Because I have to be able to afford it, and I don't earn anything from YouTube practically. In fact, I've never even been paid by YouTube because I still haven't made enough to get paid. Yeah, we have one for channel members. It's £4.99 a month. Yeah, I can't just make it. I can't make it free for subscribers though. I am doing that though. I'm making it. The realm. The realm is free to play every Sunday on streams. Every Sunday it's going to be free. I didn't do it last Sunday because I didn't stream. The only time it hasn't been free on a Sunday since we started it 2 weeks ago was last Sunday because I didn't stream last Sunday because I woke up with a huge migraine. So I opted to not stream. Although I did want to though. Yeah, the realm for subscribers is a copy of This World. Which we are going to stream it tomorrow, but it will be after 6 o'clock. Because Everton are on tomorrow and it's Everton's last Premier League game of the season. Basically, if Everton win tomorrow and West Ham win, the team that Everton are playing could actually get relegated. Tomorrow could be crazy. Tomorrow could be one of the most shocking Premier League games in Premier League history. If West Ham somehow beats. If West Ham beat Leeds, but the realm is going to be free tomorrow, Copper. The realm is going to be free tomorrow because it's Sunday. The realm is going to be free to play on Sundays on streams. If Everton win tomorrow against Tottenham and West Ham win, then West Ham will leapfrog Tottenham and go to safety, and Tottenham will end up in the Championship next season. So it will be an amazing game to watch tomorrow. I can't save him. I haven't got the stuff to save him, so I'm just going to kill him. So it's going to be a crazy game tomorrow, guys. Everton's manager, David Moyes, could potentially save his old team from relegation. Everton's manager, David Moyes, managed West Ham for 5 years. So David Moyes managed West Ham for almost 5 years, and he could potentially save West Ham by beating Tottenham with Everton tomorrow if West Ham win. So it could be crazy. So, West Ham's former manager could save them from relegation by beating the team above them. The World Cup. I'm excited for the World Cup too. I don't agree with the prices though. You know, I love football, guys, but some of the prices for the World Cup now, football ticket prices have gone extortionate. Football ticket prices have gone absolutely extortionate in recent years. Sorry, I saw some the other day. Some tickets for the World Cup final were on sale for 1.7 million. That's not fair. You know, football. Some will say football's a business, but it's not. Football is a sport invented by working class people. Why should working class people be priced out of the game that they help make? Yeah, I saw something about it weeks ago. It was on the news. It was in one of the British papers recently. And that's what they were saying. Like, you know, football was created by working class people in the UK as a thing to do when they weren't working on a Saturday. Oh, I'll find what it was. It was something ridiculous. Oh, that was it. Yeah. World Cup final ticket goes on sale for 1.7 million each. FIFA's official FIFA's official resale exchange website for the match on the 19th of July shows 4 tickets available for $2,299,998.85, the equivalent of £1.7 million. That's ridiculous. And they've even called it, all the British tabloids have called it a rip-off, called it the Great World Cup rip-off. Which, that is kind of like a rip-off, isn't it? 1.7 million. Hello, Sickly Kate, welcome to the stream. £1.7 million. Yeah, 100%. There was World Cup tickets for the final going up to 1.7 million. That's just overpriced. At 1.7, I love football. But why should football fans have to fork out £1.7 million? Like, come on, guys. If you had the money, would you guys go and pay? But that's rigged. Well, it's not rigged. Rigged. If it was rigged, it would be that it's rigged for a team to win it. But you can't rig a football match. You can only rig a football match by paying off the referee or something like that. A football match can't technically be rigged. A football match can't technically be rigged while you're playing. Because, you know, it's always going to be, you know, anything could happen. I could accidentally smack the ball 400 feet and stick it in the net. Zlatan Ibrahimovic proved it. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, he once scored against England. He scored a bicycle kick against England from 31 yards. He lobbed it out. The goalkeeper came out and headed it away, and Ibrahimovic ran backwards and overhead kicked it from 31 yards, which an overhead kick from 31 yards is ridiculous. Joe, I like gods. I know. You've said that a million times, Sung-hoon. Is there anything else that you like other than gods? Yeah, football's an amazing sport, but there needs to be a cap on ticket prices, I think. Cool. There's got to be a cap in ticket prices, because that's just stupid. 1.7 million, and you know, somebody stupid will be willing to pay it. That's the thing. But 1.7 million, like, a lot of people are getting priced out of games. A lot of people are getting priced out of games, like yeah, switch the S around. Switch the S to a C. The Central Entertainment Exchange. CEX. The Central Entertainment Exchange. It's a shop in the UK where you can go and like buy old electronics. And they basically sell electronics to you. And I am pissed off with them at the moment. I'm pissed off with CEX. I bought a mic that I can't use because my Canon camera doesn't have a mic, doesn't have a audio jack. And they basically wouldn't give me a refund. They said, oh, we can only give a refund after... we can only give a refund if you brought it back in 48 hours. And it was like... It was bought as a late birthday present. I can't get a refund on it. Oh, you can sell it back to us, but they were only going to give me 15 quid when I bought it for 35. I'd lost £20. And if you want to know what £20 is, guys, let me just turn that into USD. £20 in USD. 26 US dollars. That's how much. How can you deal with autism Kids. Well, Sung-hoon isn't a kid. He's like in his 20s, but it's not about dealing. It's not about dealing. You know, some people don't understand. People with habits, they don't understand what they're doing really. So it's not really one of those. It's one of those. Some people that have autism, they're really excited. They're really happy. Want to tell people things, but they don't realise that they've already said it. But if you're really happy and really excited about something, you're also not going to remember that you've already said it. It's kind of like, let me think of a good example here. It's kind of like, say you've watched a film and you're telling, or say you've watched a really good film and you're now telling everyone about the film that you've watched. All the people you know about this really good film you've watched. Kind of like that. But in the case of some people who have autism, that's the only thing they can think of now. That's the only thing they can think of, that film. Joe, what is one line you don't say on an aeroplane? I mean, there's a lot of stuff you shouldn't say on an aeroplane. Well, there's other lines you could say. That did pop into my head. That did pop into my head, of course. Oh, fucking Alec. So is that your way of joining the Mile High Club? And after they do it, you'll probably say something like, "Joker, there was no bomb." Sorry, that's too funny. That's way too funny. Oh shit! I do apologise. My screen's probably just gone off. I've accidentally sat on my TV remote, and it's now switched to BBC iPlayer, and Kung Fu Panda must be airing on British BBC One. Actually, Copper's like 13 eggs, so basically I think that's slightly inappropriate of what you just said. Egg is now on the files. Joe, he doesn't want to talk about gods. Now I'm sad. I can understand that, Sung-hoon, but you can't keep. If someone doesn't want to talk to you about guards, like some people don't understand why you're talking about the guards, because it is quite random. I understand you want to talk about guards, but not everyone here wants to talk about guards with you. Some people just want to come to a Minecraft stream. They don't really want to talk about the Buckingham Palace guards with you. If you get what I mean, not everyone wants to talk to you about the guards. But also, some people here are from other countries. They won't know what the Buckingham Palace guards are. Because there's a... Well, I mean, guard means guard in every language, I think. But not everyone's going to know what you're talking about. Let's just jump into that. Just want to have a look at the scores. Oh my god, Hull scored on the 94th minute. Does that mean it's extra... Are they playing extra time, or... Hull have won. So, I think Hull might have won it then. So Hull might go to the Premier League then. I think Hull's going to go to the Premier League then. Yeah. That is a... Egg has just put it in a much better statement than I could. Because I'm a shit person at explaining things. Hello, Huggy. Welcome to the stream. Oh. Oh. I just played Minecraft PS4 edition. Cool. The PS4 edition's slightly better, in my opinion. It's slightly better. I love the Switch version. I think the Switch version's the best. But the PS4 edition has more stuff because it had 2 extra updates. It had the Update Aquatic and Village and Pillage. So Hull won on the 94th minute. So Hull are going to be in the Premier League next season. So Hull City are going to be in the Premier League next season for the first time. Hmm. So the 26/27, the 26/27, the 2026/27 Premier League will start on the 22nd of August and will finish on the 30th of May. So the teams will be Arsenal, Villa, Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton and Hove Albion, Chelsea, Coventry City, Crystal Palace, Everton, Fulham, Hull City, Ipswich Town, Leeds United, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Newcastle United, Nottingham Forest, Sunderland, and we'll find out tomorrow who survives out of Tottenham and West Ham. Interesting. Minecraft. Well, I think Minecraft is one of the best games of all time. Cool. You gonna leave? Don't go. I never said I was leaving. I am gonna disappear in a minute and go make some food because I am hungry, guys. I haven't eaten anything since about 1 o'clock. I said in my opinion, though. No, I was just saying my opinion. That's why I said that. I said I think. That's why I said I think. Bro's addicted to you. Well, no, I think not addicted. If some people have some people that have autism, that they love certain things. So if they love somebody's content, they want to continue watching their content. And if they're streaming, all they want to do is they want the streamer to continue streaming, which is impossible. You can't stream forever. Because no one lives forever, but also you've got to sleep, you've got to eat, you've got to do other stuff. Oh God, sorry, that was painful. Yeah, 4J never really made an update. 4J never really made an update. Mojang did all the updates, and then 4J just took what Mojang made and then stuck it on the consoles. But if there was a problem with it, if there was like a glitch, it was patched within weeks, not like years. I didn't know that. I never do that though. I just click the button that says power off and then it pops up with all those settings. So. Oh, pardon me. I just want to see how many people have watched this stream today. How many people have subscribed? Okay, guys, we've had a few people subscribe, which is lovely. I have PC with Bedrock and Java. I just play the Bedrock edition more because Bedrock I can port my worlds from my Switch to my laptop, which is kind of useful, really. 167 of you guys have watched this stream. Which is crazy. I played Bug Rock. Ironically, I was the first person to ever call Minecraft Bug Rock. I did it on a short 2 years ago. I called it Minecraft I called it Minecraft Bug Rock. I called it Minecraft Bug Rock as like a joke because it was just it wasn't playing very nicely. Thank you guys. Yesterday, one of the first video, yesterday a YouTube video of mine crossed 50,000 views. It is the second video that I've ever had cross 50,000 views, so thank you so much. This video over the next 3 weeks could potentially be, this video over the next couple of weeks could potentially become our most popular YouTube video of all time. I've never had a video get more than 52,000 views. This video potentially could do that. At the moment, it's at 50,557, which is just amazing. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching it. Congratulations to Joe. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a FIFA clip, ironically. It's a FIFA clip that I uploaded in July 2023, but it seems to just get 100 views every 48 hours. So over the last 18 months, it's picked up nearly 50,000 views. It had nothing. It's such a weird video. It had this video is just so weird. Like, it's picked up 176 in the last 48 hours. In the last 60 minutes, it's picked up 3. But if I quickly go and check this, 142 days after it was published, it had 681 views. It had 400 after 5 days. So 180 days later, it had 600. It had 1,284 days later. It had 2,355 days later. 1 year, 21 days, it had 2,948. It had, after a year and 87 days, it had 4,864. After a year and 118 days, in November 25th, 2024, it had 5,728. On February 9th, 2025, which was a year, on February 9th, 2025, 1 year, 193 days, it had 9,000. On June 1st, 2025, it had 1 year and 360 days after being published, it had 16,000. On September 29th, 2 years after it was published, 2 years and 61 days after it was published, it had 29,000. 2 years and 158 days later, in January 2026, it had 36,000. So this video, it did nothing for the first year, and then it suddenly just started doing crazy. How old is this world? This world will be 10 years old in 3 months. It would have been 3 months yesterday. On the 22nd of August, this world will turn 10 years old. So this world is 9 years old. This world is 9 years, 9 months. 9 years, 9 months and a day old. So I've had this world for a very, very long time. I was 13 years old when I created this world. I was 13 years old when I created this world, guys, and I'm now 23, so I've had the world 10 years. Let's run over to here, because I know there's a bed in this house. Yeah. Ooh, pardon me. Um, pardon me. Sorry, I can't stop burping. Guys, I'm gonna leave us in this house for a minute and go AFK to get something to eat. So thank you. I'm gonna be back. I'm not ending the stream. I'll be back in a minute. I want to go AFK and get something to eat. I am back. I am back. Right. Joe is dead. Yes, he is. He is. Joe is dead on the inside. Right. Let's end this stream. I am gonna end the stream in a sec because we've been streaming just over 2 hours. But yeah, it's very warm, guys, now. So I would like to thank all of you guys for joining today's stream. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.